here.
Good morning, everyone. This is BizChicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools that help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. So today is Tech Friday, and we're joined today by our Tech Divas, my co-host, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva, and Miss Terry Johnson, all the way from New York City. How you doing, TJ?
Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Our Twitter specialist. I'm sure she has some news for us today.
Oh, yeah. There's lots of news about Twitter today.
Yes, indeedy. Without further delay, we're going to get right into tech history. So, Fran, you want to bring us up to date?
Yeah, to this week in tech history, and this is the Tech Divas, Terralina Austin. She tries not to be a tech diva, but she learned some things over on one of the apps for Instagram. So, Pixlr. She tries to hide out like she don't know tech. But anyway, okay. So this week in tech history, I'm going to go down here. The World Wide Web, and this was April 30th, 1993, the World Wide Web made public domain. At the urging of Tim Berners-Lee, the creator of the World Wide Web protocol, the directors of CERN released the source code of the World Wide Web into public domain, making it freely available to anyone without licensing fees. The decision to make the World Wide Web software and protocols freely available is considered by some as possibly the single most important moment in the history of the internet. In fact, some historians mark this as the birth of the web. April 30th, 1993. Okay, May 1st, 2000, GPS gets less selective. The US government removed selective ability from its global positioning system, improving the accuracy of civilian GPS devices from 100 meters to 20 meters. So when we talk about privacy, we lost that back in 2000 because the GPS was already tracking stuff.
I'm just saying.
You know, it was happening already. We just didn't know.
I hate to tell you this, sweethearts, but since I am the senior person in the room, the minute they issued you a social security card, it was over.
Oh. So anyway, then in May 2nd, 1983, Microsoft asked Mousy. They introduced the Microsoft mouse for IBM and IBM compatible PCs. The mouse featured 2 buttons and was available by itself or would later be bundled with the new Microsoft Word software, which would be released in that September. Microsoft manufactured only 100,000 units of the device, but only sold 5,000 before introducing a second, more popular version of the device in 1985. And on May 3rd, 1984, Dell Computers Corporation is founded by Michael Dell, running the direct-to-order PC company from his dorm room. Dell Inc. eventually became the largest manufacturer of PEs in the world for many years. It is currently surpassed by HP and Acer. Remember the guy that was, hey, dude, are you getting a Dell? You remember the Dell?
I know I had a Dell. I know it was very cost-effective at the time.
Well, yeah, because I think I can remember all the different computer companies.
Yeah, they were making them in Malaysia or somewhere where they were.
Hey, I don't know. And the last thing today, love stinks. The love letter computer virus, aka the I love you bug, spreads to personal computers running Windows around the world in just 6 hours. Spreading through email, the virus entices victims to open the message with the subject of I love you. About 2.5 to 3 million PCs will become infected. The cost of the system downtime is later estimated at 8.7 billion. It is thought to be the fastest moving and most widespread virus in history. And that is this week in tech history.
Wow. It's amazing how we throw that B word around, isn't it? Like it doesn't mean anything anymore. Billion.
Well, 18 years ago, that was a mess.
Okay.
So, okay, Terry, we're gonna let you start because
I always have to run, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I want to talk about Instagram quietly adding an in-app payment feature that will allow you to buy stuff on Instagram. So, it's going to allow you to load a credit card or a debit card, and then you can proceed to apprehended. And basically, they are testing this out. They say they've released it to a limited number of people. You know, that means they're testing on you guys. And but I think that they see the value in it because of what happened with Pinterest and some other apps that allow you to buy within the app. Because people are complaining about the fact that they have to tap on your profile link to go to your website. So they have to leave the app to go shop. And they really don't want to leave the app to go shop. So this will allow them to come right back to Instagram so they can retain their audience. And they're talking about the fact that they're not going to charge for it, which I thought was interesting.
Well,
that's today. I didn't say anything about tomorrow.
Well, and you better enjoy it while it's free.
And they are rolling it out. Now, they promised to roll this out in 2017, but right now you're going to see some instances where you can now make reservations through Instagram on Resi. Is that what the name of the app is?
Yeah, Resi.
Resi, and you'll be able to book like salon appointments and different things with those people who've been given access to this whole beta thing that's going on. So now you can book your hair appointments or your spa treatments or whatever.
And pay for them at the same time. This is nice. It eliminates a lot of stuff. And that means it's going to be, this is hitting the people who were selling or offering card processing and stuff.
Yes.
They had to come up with some new tricks because people, once, they still wanted you to pay a certain amount a month and then pay for this and add this and all of that. And when Square came in and PayPal came in and other card processors, they or other people who are doing this, Stripe and everybody else, just changed the whole game and made it easier for people to do business. Before it was like the fortress. In order for you to
be a game changer for small entrepreneurs. And we said that business has come full circle from manufacturing all the way down to back to the cottage industry. And so people have small businesses within their homes, and it's going to be a way for them to actually have transactions without having to have another website, et cetera, et cetera. So it's going to cut through a lot of the chatter.
And it makes it easier for just what you said about not the e-commerce thing. It made e-commerce so much easier. Before it was like, oh my God, you had to go hire people and
exactly. They had to hire a webmaster. They had to have somebody monitor the site because I don't know what I'm doing. All of this wonderfulness. And now for small entrepreneurs like NK Dazzle bands and things like that, people will be able to tap on it and just buy it without going outside the app, which is, I think, going to be amazing. It's going to be a game changer. Some people were complaining they think it's going to make it, just overwhelming for people, like being merchandised all the time.
Well, I got the feeling that may not help. I mean, that it may not happen, not help. It may not happen.
Because when you tap on those pictures, a little bubble comes up that says tap here if you want to see more or you want to purchase. So it's not like you have to stop every time you hover over a picture and go shop.
Correct.
It's not going to go, bam, you're in somebody's store. You know what I mean?
And we just want to do a shout out to Christy Iwuchukwu. How are you? She is watching over on Facebook, and there's someone else watching with her, but they haven't said anything, so I can't call your name. But anyway,
that is all I really wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about Instagram adding that feature because I thought that was really important to business.
I think it's really important. Okay. TJ,
it is because it's going to be seamless. It'll be seamless.
Yes.
Shopping for people, and because a lot of businesses are selling on Instagram. Like you said, they have a link to the bio, a link in the bio, and then you have to click a link, then go to the website, complete the transaction. So this is kind of like, take all of those steps out.
Exactly. Unless you're one of the major retailers like Macy's or Nordstrom's, when you click on their pictures, you can see the tags. If you want to, there's a tag on the bag and a tag on the jewelry and a tag on the shoes and a tag on the dress.
Well,
so you can click what you want and it goes to their website and you can put it in the cart, etc.
And Facebook does that too because they ask you if you want to tag particular items.
Right.
On like if you have something to sell or if there's something in the picture that you wanted to tag, you can tag it to sell it. Well, now, TJ, what do you have for us today? Oh,
well,
Twitter
is in the news because if you haven't heard, it's been on the news all day. But if you use Twitter and you log into Twitter, you get a pop-up saying you need to change your password because there was an issue with a script with Twitter. So it wasn't a data breach. It wasn't a hack. It wasn't any of that. What it is that when you put your password in for Twitter, they have a script that changes the password from what you type in, changes it to hashtag, something
encrypted.
Right, it's encrypted. So that script got broken somehow. So it was only internal to Twitter. It was never anything outside of Twitter. It was only Twitter employees that could see your password. So they discovered the problem, the bug. They fixed the script, but out of an abundance of caution, they said they want everybody to change the password, which is a good idea because you don't want to have it. Well, they don't really need to change the password, and then something happens later on. Oh, remember that bug in the script and that? So it's easier just to make everybody change their passwords.
Okay, so if you are on Twitter, we're telling you right now, go change your password.
Right, and when you go to Twitter, it's going to tell you anyway.
Okay,
it's going to tell you you need to change your password.
That's if you can get in the first place.
Right. But when you go to Twitter, it will tell you. There'll be a pop-up or something, a notification from Twitter saying to change the password. So.
Wow. So
you can't use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And if you are, what is the word? If you are doing Twitter for some other people,
oh, an admin or
if you're doing it for other accounts, you got to go do those too. So just get ready for it.
Also, if you use third-party services like TweetDeck and Hootsuite, you may need to change it in there also. But when you go to those third-party apps, they will ask, the connection will be broken. So you'll have to put your password in anyway. It's just that anything that's connected with Twitter and your password, it may ask you, to either redo it or, change your password. So just go to Twitter, change your password. It's not a big deal.
Okay. Everybody goes,
Well, because but for your security and what have you, just need to go and do it. We keep telling you this, because some people, there was somebody who asked me, I went to go onto my Mac and it told me it was going to take 14 hours to do updates. I was like, why? Have you ever done an update? Well, no. That's why it's going to take you 14 hours to do update. Do the updates, people.
But we said that before here, when there's an update with Mac, with your phone, with your iPad, with your iPhone, with your laptop, with any Mac device, when there's an update, please immediately put it in, because it's there for a reason. Apple is giving us that update for a reason, to fix a security hole or a patch or something security wise. So you always, and I know a lot of people that when they get that little thing on their phone, the little number, they ignore it. No, go right into it
and update it.
Yeah.
On the watch too. And I'm like, okay, let me just update all my stuff. And I updated it today and went in there and did whatever they asked, because it was a security thing. And I'm like, oh, now they trying to keep you safe. But if you don't do the updates, what can we do?
What can they do? Apple's doing everything they can for you. They're saying, listen, here's an update. Put it through. So like you said, the person that said, oh, it's going to take 14 hours. You've never done an update before. No.
That's why it's 14 hours. They got to go way back.
They got to put all, they can't just go from one to whatever. They have to go 1, 2, 3. They have to do the whole thing. Okay.
So you might as well go get some tea, do something, put the thing on, because you're going to be
go shopping or go to the movies or do something. 14 hours. Go to sleep or
something. How about you just turn it on and go to sleep?
Because that too.
Because it has to, this is for your own well-being. Let's see. I'm wondering if the thing with Twitter is only on the desktop. I just went in on my iPad. I'm like, it didn't ask me for anything, but I think I auto log in. You understand what I mean? It's set up. So maybe if I log off and try and go back in, it's probably going to say, we need you to
log off and log back in, it'll pop up and tell you. And then, like I said, with the desktop, when you go to twitter.com, it pops up.
Okay.
Mine is logged in all the time. So I went to it and it popped up and said, you change your password.
Okay. So I'll get that done today too.
Yeah. So and it's been on the news. I've heard it like 3 or 4 times today already.
But see, I like the fact that they got out ahead of it. And they dealt with it. It's like, okay, we just want you to understand what's really going on.
Right. So, and like you said, it's abundance of caution. So
yes. And I just like the fact that people just upfront with me. Just tell me, okay, this is an issue. You have the option to do something about it.
Right. And they, like I said, they came up and said, listen, it's not a breach. It's not a hack. There's nothing bad from the outside. It's an internal thing where Twitter employees could possibly see your password. But like I said, that's how many, 300 million or 400 million users. I don't think someone is, but let me look at all the passwords. But like they said, change it. So
yeah,
change it.
And I would think, if you are a celebrity or somebody that people are interested in, you need to be notified.
And change it.
It gives us all the opportunity. Yes.
And see, because they're doing, everybody is doing what they can in light of recent events. It's like, okay, we're just not going to even just admit it. When something is, when there's a faux pas or whatever, that has anything to do with people's data, they're doing something about it. Like Facebook is still running ads over on, I was on my Facebook page or something, and there was like, oh, what's this? Oh, okay. They're still running ads and talking about what they're doing with regard to our data. And I said, oh, okay.
Security and yes.
Yeah. And so privacy. When you go in.
They just need to scratch that word out the dictionary. Just
what?
Privacy.
Oh, privacy. Just redline it because it's done. But Well, it's like security. People have a false sense of security. It's like, okay, you know what? The minute somebody leaves their laptop on the backseat of their car.
And that's why you're supposed to have, there are people who do not have their laptops password protected. You know, like when you goes to sleep and it wakes up, there should be a password so that you can't just go in there.
Or tapping stuff, yeah.
Well, some people don't do that. Some people do not have a password on their phone. You can just, the phone is just open and
wonderfulness.
It's like, how do you, okay, you can't do that. And so you need to have some things in place to keep yourself secure. Just do the basics. Have a password to get into your phone. Have a password to get into your computer or your iPad or anything else that you need to go online or wherever you are working and have information.
There you go. So I'm going to run, ladies. During this break, but I love you. Thank you so much. I will tune in and listen to you in the car.
Okay.
Okay. Have a good weekend.
Somebody please figure out how to change my name from Francine Gregory.
I will fix that. Because she's on, anyway, she's on the Zoom, she's on the other account. So I have to, I'll have to change the name.
I am the real Francine. See you later, guys.
Bye.
Bye. So,
sound together something.
We talked a little bit about GDPR last week.
We did.
Annie, I know a lot of people are dealing with that, and
there's a lot of articles, people writing blog posts. Remember we were talking about MailChimp that sent out or sent a notification about it, and the service that I use, Mailer Lite, they sent me an email. I'm trying to pull it up. Let me see if I can pull it up. But they sent me an email. They actually sent me 2 emails about GDPR and compliance and what they're doing. So that's what we said on Tuesday. Like whatever email marketing service that you use, that takes care of your email list. We have people sign up and we give them a free book or a free check, whatever you give them. That program that you use, they should be right now contacting you saying, hey, the GDPR is coming and this is what you need to know and this is what we're doing.
So, so please make sure you're with a reputable company, especially if you're not doing your own websites and things.
Yeah. So I got 2 letters. One, the subject line was "Get ready for GDPR." How GDPR will affect your email marketing. So they sent that email, and then right after that one, I got another email saying new GDPR features. So they have a link to a post on their website where they go into all the details. So they said, we've been working hard to develop new features that will help make GDPR compliant easier for you and your subscribers. Over the next 3 weeks, we will share all of our important GDPR updates and include easy to follow instructions. Today, we present the new features that will help you comply with the following GDPR requirements, which is right to be forgotten, proof of subscriber consent, and identifying EU users. And then it has a button that says learn more. So it goes to their website where they wrote a blog post and they go into more details. But that's what you should be getting from your email marketing provider.
Correct.
You have your list. Like Fran said on Tuesday, MailChimp had sent out something with information. Mine is Mailer Lite. There's a couple other, Aweber, the whole list. Whatever one you use, they should be contacting you now because I see a lot of articles all this week about GDPR and what you need to know and what you should do and people asking questions. So you know, like I said on Tuesday, we're still learning. It's still at the beginning because the deadline for compliance is May 25th, 2018.
Okay. And so get GDPR compliant. F8. Anything you want to talk about with F8? F8. F8 is, if you don't know, is Facebook's annual meeting and with the developers. So, so there's a lot of things coming up on F8. Yeah. I mean, coming out of this F8.
Well, one that's, you know, got a lot of people talking is face date. They're calling it, well, they're not calling it face date, but, you know, people are saying it's a dating feature for Facebook.
Yes.
So you'll be able to, and it's only visible to non-friends who opted into looking for love. That's the way they put it. So you will put something on your Facebook that says you're open to dating, and then I guess Facebook is going to match you up somehow. We'll see how it works.
Yes. And then another thing that was launched was Instagram video calling.
Yes. Yes. So you'll be able to do video calling just like Facebook Messenger, which I love Messenger for that, because you can have, you know, if you want to talk to clients or customers, you can use the Facebook app and it will, you know, you can do a video call. You can do a phone only call or you can do a video call.
Correct.
Instagram, you know, Instagram is still doing more things that are Snapchat-like. I mean, it's been 2 years since they copied Snapchat, but Snapchat has those features where you can, you know, video call, or you can, you know, leave audio message, or there's different little ways to talk to people on Snapchat that's private instead of a public thing.
So let me give you a little bit of this article comes from TechCrunch about Face Date. Facebook is launching a dating feature where you can volunteer to make a profile that's only visible to non-friends who've also opted into looking for love. Facebook will match you based on all its data, and messaging will happen in a dedicated inbox rather than on Messenger. So now they are encroaching in on eHarmony and Match.
Right.
And Tinder.
I believe when they made the announcement that Match.com stock went down.
Whoa. Now, you know, you have clout when you can change the stock market.
Well, it makes sense because if you're already on Facebook,
why? Yes,
you can date inside of Facebook instead of saying, "Well, let me go out of Facebook and go to Match or Tinder or any of the others."
And all of your data is already in Facebook.
Already set up. You don't have to set up a new account. Everything's there. If you're in Facebook, and this is the deal, Facebook wants you to stay in Facebook when you get there. That's why they do. They have the Watch, Facebook Watch, where you watch videos. They have the shopping where you can do local shopping. They got the Face Date where you can do you know, find a date. They've got video. All the things that Facebook puts together is to keep you using the app and in the app.
Correct. And the reason why for this, because I'm going over some of the things they talked about in F8, and they said what it was and why. So the why for the relationship or the dating feature is if Facebook wants to drive meaningful connections, it doesn't get more meaningful than to introduce you to your life partner. Facebook will have to be careful to keep everything private, as people already think it's creepy or uncool. But investors love it, considering Tinder parent company. Oh, I didn't know Tinder was owned by Match.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't either. Match's group share price fell 22% when it was announced. Okay, the next thing that Facebook put out was Clear History. Facebook is building Clear History, a new privacy feature allowing users to delete data Facebook has collected from sites and apps that uses its ads and analytics tools. This means you can scrub some of your browsing history from Facebook's data store. Mark Zuckerberg likened this to deleting cookies from your browser history. It's a nice gesture to the privacy conscious though it'll make your Facebook experience less personalized. Why?
Okay.
Because he faced tons of questions from Congress about data it collects from around the web. Users were pissed to learn that they had little control over it, but they actually had control over it. They don't know how to control it because the privacy tabs have been up there forever, and you just have to go in there, spend some time and read it, and not skim it, not glance at it. You need to go in there and read. And I think we when you get on the internet and you have to do updates and stuff, a lot of people just go, okay, yes, I agree, and don't read any of it.
And they don't read it. Exactly. That's where you get, that's why we got into trouble. Well, not got into trouble, but Facebook, with all this Cambridge Analytica data and all of the privacy things, that you already agreed when you signed up for Facebook years ago. Whenever you signed up, all of that was there when you put your name and did all that stuff. And there's a button that says, I agree. And it says, and they give you a link to the terms of use or the terms of service or whatever the terminology is, but they always give you a link.
Mm-hmm.
You click on that link and you see all that legalese. Most people just go, oh, I don't have time to read this. And they just click away and say, okay, yes, or agree. But it was in there and it said what Facebook was going to do with your data. It was always there.
It was always there. So it wasn't like Facebook didn't tell you. So here's the thing. When you are in there and it comes to the decision to just click away and just keep moving or stop and read it, you need to make sure that in the future, if something comes up, that you are okay with just clicking away if you clicked away. Just make sure that you are like, okay, this might come back to bite me in the behind because I didn't do this. And then, and then you can't go, well, they did such and such to me, but you signed off on it.
Exactly. You agreed to it. So you can't go, well, I didn't give you permission, Facebook, to do this. Yes, you did. But you signed up for the account. So if you're using a free service, there is a cost. Free has a cost.
It really does. There is okay, let's go back. There is nothing free. You are giving up something for something. There is always a rate of exchange.
Right.
You're either giving up.
There's going to be an exchange in terms of, something, data, time, something. You're going to have to give up something.
Yes. There is no free.
There's no free. And you have to think about it. People didn't think, well, Facebook doesn't charge me to use Facebook. But how, what am I giving up? You're spending time on it. You're giving information. That's the data. You're saying you watched a show on Wednesday night at 8 p.m. because you posted about it, or when you can change your profile to reflect your interests. Like you like this TV show, you like this movie, you like these books, you like this podcast, whatever it is, it's there. You put it in. So a lot of people will not fill out that information, and some people will. Some people will go in and fill all their interests in because Facebook uses that data when it's time for people to run ads. So on the other side of that, if it's a business and you want to run ads on Facebook, there's going to be all kinds of information to, to define an audience. Yeah, you can do it by education, by income, where they live, if they have children. All of those things are in there.
And this is not new. They've been doing this since television and radio. They've been tracking the response, tracking how people respond to information. So this is nothing new. This is just on social media now, but it's always been this way. When you go on the computer and you go to a website, they're tracking to figure out where you've been. And that's all of a sudden now you're getting advertisement for shoes because you typed in something on shoes. Well, they know you're interested in shoes. That's not just Facebook. That's everybody who's been doing
internet.
this.
And it's been like that for a while. So I don't understand for people to get upset and go, well, Facebook's tracking me because I did this and now I see ads for what? Well, that's the internet. When you go different places, there's cookies and other little things that are put down, little pixels and whatever. When you go to a website, it's like little breadcrumb trails. And then when you go to another website, you see ads pop up for the things that you search for. That's Google. You search for something. Yep. And when you go to another website, you see an ad for that thing that you search for. And
you're like, hey. And that's when I guess one of the congressmen was asking him a story. I mean, asking Mark Zuckerberg a question.
Was he tracking?
Yeah. It's like, dude, that is not Facebook. That is internet wide. That's Google.
And, you know, we talked about it that they showed their lack of knowledge in technology, and that's why I was saying that everybody was like, "Oh, the government is going to regulate Facebook." I don't want them to do that because they don't even know what they're doing.
They don't even use some of the stuff.
Some of them don't even go on the internet. Some of those Congress people, the older ones, you can tell they don't go on the internet. They don't shop. They don't do nothing because they either have the interns, the assistants, or whatever that do it for them.
The grandkids,
or the grandkids or whatever do it for them. So they don't touch a computer or, you know, whatever. And it sounds amazing and incredible, but that's how it is. There's a section of the country that they don't do anything on the computer at all.
And then they want to regulate it. I'm like, no, y'all don't know what you're doing. Don't get under the hood of the car, and you don't know how to. You don't even drive a car. Get out from under the hood.
Exactly. Don't stop. So, you know, just think about it. Hold the brakes. That's why we got GDPR coming up. That's why, you know, Facebook has done Facebook has made the changes that they made because they saw that they needed a course correction, that they needed to fix what was wrong with how they allowed developers and other apps to access your data. So they realized the seriousness of the problem.
Now, let me ask this question. How many of you have made course corrections based on data and information that you got about your clients? Oh, they don't like cheese. Okay, so now we need to move and do something else. Just, you know. So Instagram video chat. Instagram is launching video chat, and TechCrunch scooped this in March when they spotted the feature buried in the Android app. Meanwhile, Instagram is also getting a new filter to protect users from bullying comments, plus an improved Explore tab. Why? Instagram direct messaging is super popular but lacked video chat. Now that's going to be interesting, so that you can send somebody a video message back and forth, which is also super popular on Messenger and WhatsApp. Now, if you don't know, WhatsApp is also owned by Facebook. WhatsApp is, I like the fact that when Facebook acquires a company or a product, it doesn't go in there messing with it too much.
Right.
Because WhatsApp is cool, especially if you're trying to communicate with somebody else in another country, or you go traveling someplace. You are no longer having to eat up roaming and minutes and all of that other stuff. You can pull out the West and get someplace that has Wi-Fi and talk. I believe you can do it with Messenger too, where you can, so if your phone line goes down or you're in between phones or whatever the case may be, you can still have a conversation with people. You're not off the grid. You're not like, oh my God, I can't talk to people. All you need is Wi-Fi.
Exactly.
Why Instagram? Okay, combined with anti-bullying features, Instagram could become a safer and sillier place for teens to hang out, which is just what Facebook wants to do to defeat Snapchat. I really don't think they're in competition with Snapchat. I just think
because Snapchat has core users, and we talked about this before. It's teenagers who they like the app, they're still using it. the millennial Gen Z crowd, they like it. They're using it. So, I don't think Snapchat is. I mean, they are concerned with growth, but I don't think it's like everybody tries to make it a race. Like, this has to kill that. This app has to beat this app, and I don't think that they're looking at it like that, because they have a dedicated core user group that uses the app.
And see, that's why we tell you all the time, there is no competition for you, really. There are other people who do what you do, but they're really not your competition, because the one denominator that sets you apart is you.
Yes.
So they can't, you're different than everybody else. So they're technically not your competition.
Exactly. Because your business is, you've made it to where it reflects you somehow, somewhere. You're in there in the products and the service that you give. So someone else may be in the same industry or, whatever that you're doing, but you do it differently from them. So that's your position. Your unique selling position is, first of all, is you. You're different from the other people. So you have to figure out the thing that makes you different, and you reflect that, and you bring that to the surface. You have to do that.
Yeah. So do you.
Yes.
Bring your stuff forward, and don't worry about what everybody else is doing. If you are so focused on doing you, it doesn't matter. You make the best cakes that you can make. The rest of the other people don't, they're going to make a cake too. So what?
Right. And think about this. There are a lot of bakers, a lot of people that make cakes and desserts, because I see them on Instagram and I follow a lot of them. There's a couple that I follow that they're very creative in the way that they make cakes. You look at the cake, I'm like, that's not a cake. There's no way that's a cake, and it's a cake. But those people are doing things differently from the other people who make cakes, and they're showing their differences on Instagram.
Yes.
So they attract the people that goes, well, okay, I want to follow this this account because they made the Star Wars cake, or they made the cake with the flowers, or I saw someone on Instagram, they made cupcakes that look like cactus.
Yes.
Yeah.
One of our BizChicks, she makes this cake and it would look like a basket. I'm serious, like a straight up basket. And I was like, seriously, that's a cake. And you can actually cut into it, but it was a cake.
Right. And you look at it and you go, wow, how did they make that a cake? But they did that.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Everybody can make generally everybody can make a cake. Get the recipe, the butter, the egg, the flour. But it's how people create with it. That's the difference.
That's it. How you create with it.
Right, because everybody has the ingredients. Everybody has access to the ingredients, and that's a good analogy for an online business, especially having doing things online. Everybody's online. Everybody can set up a shop or a website with Shopify or whatever, or sell everything, but it's different. Everybody has those ingredients, but what you do with it and combine it, that's what makes you. And that's the part where people want to follow you and do business with you.
That's what they do when they have the cooking shows and they all get the same ingredients, and then you have to come up with a different dish based on the ingredients that you have in front of you.
Exactly. That's exactly it. You see the baking shows, everybody gets the same thing, but they got to say, okay, well, I'm going to do this. No, I'm going to do that. That's the creative part. That's the part you should work on. And really, when it comes to being online and social media and stuff, you really need to be creative with your content, because you have to stand out somehow. You have to stand out. And so your content is going to be different from someone else.
Correct.
And then you working on it and making it better and better and better, because you're going to talk to your audience, you're going to talk to your customers, you're going to know what they want to talk about or what they want to see, and you're going to give it to them, and you're going to do it the best way you can. And it doesn't matter if you start out like, we say with live streaming, you can start out with your phone, but you may upgrade to, say, a computer and a webcam, or you may upgrade to a third-party software where you get to bring in all these slides and lower thirds, and that is a progression.
Yeah.
But you have to start out doing it.
Yeah. Oh, wait, you have to actually do it?
You have to start out doing it.
Yes.
You have to do it. You have to do it. You're not going to be perfect at the first get-go.
And it's okay. You know, we like
okay.
seeing the oh wow. And then if you do it and it's not perfect, but you stick with it, and we go back and see how you've progressed from the not perfect to the near perfect, we are more likely to stick with you because you kept going, and because you made the effort and learned along the way, because that's now something that's encouraging the rest of us.
Yes.
So,
but you have to do it.
Item number 4, Facebook is reopening its app review process. They had shut everything down. You know, people bringing in apps on Facebook, they shut it all down. And the developers were like, wow.
And people who had chatbots weren't the whole chatbot community, you know, with the Messenger, people were upset because Facebook had closed that door because, like you said, they were reviewing the process and seeing where, you know, any gaps or anything was still there. So they shut the door on the chatbot connection with Facebook. A lot of people are upset, but now they opened the door up again.
So this was like, okay, there was a prison break and they locked down all the doors.
Right.
Like we just shut it all down.
Exactly. They pushed a button and it was just locked down.
And
so
until they
were in and people who were outside were out. So you were pretty much stuck.
And they stayed that way until they could figure out what was going on, go check all of their systems, and they took time to do it. I appreciate the fact that they shut down operations until they got it cleaned up. And now it's opened up again and people can go back and start submitting applications to Facebook for different for consideration of going, you know, being on the Facebook platform. Number 5, Oculus goes on sale for $199. If you don't know what Oculus is, Oculus Go is the goggles that you put on for virtual reality headset. Now, I got a $20 pair of virtual reality headsets where you stick your phone in the front and you can see, but you have to go download apps and that type of thing that's done in VR. But this is actually, the VR is inside the headset. I don't think you put a phone or anything in this. It's $199. It's on sale. It comes with 32 gigabytes onboard storage. And so you can play games with it. You can do live. I know on the NBA basketball, you could watch the game like you were in the front row seat live. So what they were talking about with this is that you could be at home and go to a concert. You can actually watch a concert. The concert is maybe Coachella, let's say. And you can sit and put it on your headset and you can be in the crowd at Coachella, but you're not there.
Right.
So why VR headsets where you have to stick the phone in are clumsy and prevent Facebook from controlling the whole experience. Instead of relying on the Gear headset and your phone or Android, Facebook is to dictate everything about the perfect VR rig you can strap on first timers. So when I heard that part of it, I was like, wow, so you can actually go someplace, be a part of something, and without being there. Sounds like something on the holodeck from Star Trek.
Get in there.
Yes, Messenger simplifies and starts translations. You now will be able to translate, starting with English to Spanish. You can now start conversating and translations.
Right. So if you have someone that on Messenger and they send you something in Spanish, Facebook Messenger will ask you if you want to translate it. Same thing with Google. If you've seen with Google, you go to websites that are from another country and their main language is that country's language and yours is English. Google will say, you know, do you want to translate this page into English or, you know, whatever language? And you say yes, and it does it. So that's what it's going to do with Messenger.
Yes, and it's starting out with it in Marketplace. Well, I guess they're starting where people are buying stuff so that you can get it in English. And then meanwhile, Facebook is stripping out the camera and games tab to give Messenger a cleaner design. So I don't even know why we would do games on Messenger in the first place, but okay.
I don't. The games is everywhere on Facebook, and I blocked all of that. You know, we get messages from people. Oh, they're playing Farmville. They're playing whatever, and I just like, listen, block all the game stuff. I'm not. Don't send me any games or any of that stuff that you're playing. I mean, it's all fine for you guys, but I don't want to know what you're playing.
So, and if you are into games and, you know, like you guys want to do family games and all of that, have at it. But I'm with you, TJ. I don't do games too much.
Yeah, I blocked all that because you would get notifications that so-and-so is playing so-and-so and they need something. I'm like, what if that's no block? I don't want any of that. It's annoying. It was annoying.
Yeah. And Facebook is introducing VR memories and 3D photos. They are bringing 3D illustrations and models to the news feed. It's also going to turn 2D photos into VR memories, 3D environments you can explore using a point cloud design. Don't know what that means, but okay. Facebook wants to stay ahead of the content trends and be the home of future formats. WhatsApp hits 450 million stories users. So wow. WhatsApp's Snapchat stories clone. WhatsApp also does stories. So that's good. And it now has 450 million daily active users.
Wow.
That's a lot of people.
That's big. Yeah, it's growing. WhatsApp is growing. And like you said, it's mostly other countries that they're using WhatsApp. It's really big. Not so big over here.
And this is in the international markets. WhatsApp is international. Snapchat, Snapchat's user growth slowed down a little bit because of it, maybe. Snapchat did not go into the international market at first, and now WhatsApp has beaten it to the punch worldwide. Well, WhatsApp was already worldwide. It was already international. So
before Facebook bought it, was already in use.
Sharing to Facebook and Instagram stories from other apps. Starting with Spotify, SoundCloud, and GoPro, other apps can share photos and videos directly to stories inside Facebook and Instagram. Now, that seems like a interesting concept. So you don't have to take the photo, go drop it into your camera, and then go back up. You can go live from whatever you're doing, and send it straight to Facebook and Instagram.
Right. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Oculus TV wants you to watch TV inside its new Go headset. I'm like, okay, at first you'll get Facebook Watch, but expect apps like Netflix and Hulu to arrive eventually. So now you can put on your headset and watch your Netflix. I watched this goofy show with Lemony Snicket. What is the? It's a goofy show, but it's pretty good.
On Netflix?
Yes, the some kind of events or something. I can't remember the name of it, but it's so weird. I was like, seriously, and it's very engaging. And then you're looking for season 3 because you have binge watched all of them. But I can see how Netflix and Hulu would be able to do that. You put the headsets on, and now you're watching your Netflix. Now you're not bothering anybody either.
And see, the thing is with the VR headsets, I mean, because this is one of the complaints with people that you have to wear it and they're clunky. But once it gets down to where it's not clunky and it's like a thin, I don't know, maybe like,
glasses.
Those little glasses when you're in the lab.
Yes.
Scientists wear those little thin. Maybe when it gets to be like that it'll be one of those things where I would be comfortable wearing it because it's just like sitting there and watching it with that. And I would have to take it off.
Yeah, and then I have it, and when you're trying to turn around and you're trying to turn around in the room, it is
right.
You literally have to turn yourself around, and then you need to. There's some safety things that you need to keep in mind, like make sure nothing else around you in the room, so you're not tripping over furniture and stuff, because you're really not in the room. You're in a room, but you're not actually present in that room. You're in another someplace when you have the headsets on.
Okay.
And it messes with your perception. Like you're kicking stuff and doing stuff, and you can't see the other stuff in the room. I was like, okay.
Walk into something.
Yes, but it is good. Like it's you know what VR is. You remember those the thing where you put the film in
the viewfinder.
That's what VR is like.
Right.
Because it's 3D, you put it in, and Viewfinder has some things for you on the apps that you can use. I was like, okay.
Right.
But
I mean, we bought a VR headset, but we sent it back because I was like, I wasn't really into it. There was a lot of stuff for kids. That was great, but I was like,
And it's going to have, I believe, there's no content for it right now.
Right.
And like you said, it is not comfortable to wear.
It has to be comfortable. And like I said, those lab glasses that you see that are thin, that people put on for lab, for science.
Or like Jordy's eyepiece on Star Trek. Now that would be cool. You'd be like
comfortable, and we're not there yet. It's not there yet. But once it gets to that point, then you'll see. I'll see more people adopt. Because even though Facebook announced this at the F8, I didn't really see anybody enthusiastic about virtual reality.
I think the gamers are probably more into it.
Definitely the gamers, they're into it. But I mean, just regular people, okay. Now, why would I want to wear it when I could just sit here and watch my TV? You got to give me a good reason to put those things on my face.
Yeah, and I think it's the whole. And then here's my other thing. Did you watch Jumanji, the new one?
No, the new one. I haven't seen the new one.
Okay, the old one or the new one.
No, I've seen the old one.
You'll be like, okay, be careful what you do with a game.
Now the old one, I definitely know. The new one, I just like.
Well, watch it when it's kind of like, okay, when there's a Saturday afternoon, I don't have anything to do,
nothing to do,
and it's on my Amazon Prime or something. Oh, let's watch this. That's what I do. You know what I mean? Okay. There's some movies that I'm not renting. I'm just waiting till it comes to
exactly. I know there's tons of those.
Yes, it's like, okay, that's a Saturday afternoon when I have nothing else to do. Now, did you go see Avengers Infinity yet?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, I'm not going to tell you.
Don't tell me.
I'm not. I think they should have a Avengers festival where they play all of the Avengers, starting with Iron Man all the way through, ending with the Infinity Wars. But I just thought,
okay.
And they got all the Avengers together. I'm like, okay. What happened to Luke Cage and them? They're not Avengers. They just Marvel. Okay, never mind.
Right, that's Marvel.
Okay, but you know what I'm saying. I was like, wait.
Yeah.
Because Jessica Jones and all of them could have. Yeah. But anyway, it was a blockbuster. Their marketing was superb.
They're doing a good job. That and the Black Panther, just like the Black Panther advertising and stuff. So
it was really, really good. The storytelling is great for Marvel, and I think Stan Lee being one of the original people.
Yes.
Way back in the day with the comic book. Shoot. They probably, his kid, I wonder what his mom told him. Stop reading them comic books. And you
probably,
know what
nothing will come of it. You won't make any money like that. Drawing those, writing those stories, drawing those pictures. You hear it all the time.
Yep.
But and then speaking of that, I saw in the news today that there's a school in California that I kind of was, in the background, but they're teaching children storytelling. It's some charter school, and they have the people from Hollywood, like screenwriters and different people, and they come and they help them bring out their creative side. And I thought that was really good.
I think so.
Some charter school.
I think that is excellent.
It is.
Well, it's the top of the hour. I think our little chat here has been nice. There was a lot in tech news this week. A lot going on. Week. Yeah. If you have any tech questions, or if you have any questions with regard to social media, give us a call, or reach out to TJ online everywhere, and we'll be happy to answer those for you. Thank you for watching live. Thank you for watching a replay over on YouTube, over on Facebook, on Twitter, wherever you are catching this. We just want to say thank you so much. And we look forward to seeing you again on Monday for our coffee thoughts. We're going to have a lively conversation over there. TJ will be here on Tuesday, bringing us more information on social media and digital marketing. Good to see you. Enjoy your weekend. It's spring, people. It's spring.
The weather's nice.
Get out there. Go outside and play.
Yeah, play.
Go play.
So have a good weekend, everybody.
All righty.
See you next week.
Bye. Bye.